Alright everybody, we're here in Fortnite OG, and that's because today, the red cube that everyone's calling Revin is going to drop into Loot Lake, and we should just be a few moments away from that happening. I believe I could see him sitting there on the dock. I'm going to try to float up high until the time comes. And there it goes! And now the lake will turn red. Though I'm actually interested in that tease from Epic themselves about this, where they said it would be a shame if the cube were to change color for any reason, but it never really did. I'm worried about people trying to kill me before the thing can wrap up. It's sinking not super fast. Alright. There it is. Whoa! Okay, there it goes. And so now we can bounce all over the place on the lake. And it's going to glow. And if it does what it did before for the original Chapter 1 cube, then we should see the island floating next week for the start of Fortnitemares as OG slides into it's Season 6. So, speaking of Fortnitemares, I don't know if any of you have seen any of the leaks about this year's event for Halloween, but it is massive. We've got confirmed collabs coming featuring Jason Voorhees, Ghostface from the Scream movies. My personal, what was originally my most interested collab of the event was going to be Scooby-Doo. I was so excited for Scooby. You guys have no idea. I was like, that's it. This is going to be the best Fortnite ever. Fortnitemares ever. And then they hit us, the leakers hit us with the reveal that K-pop Demon Hunters was coming to the game. And that was just like, I don't know, the cherry on top doesn't really describe it because that's how I felt about Scooby. So I guess in this sense, it's actually another cherry on top, or we put some whipped cream on there or something, in my opinion. So there's so much stuff coming to the game, and that's just the collabs that I'm personally excited to see. There are several others already confirmed as well. I don't know, man. This is looking to be a very big Fortnitemares, and I was already excited. The Scooby-Doo collab sealed it for me. K-pop Demon Hunters made it even better. But then we even got a confirmation that K-pop Demon Hunters is going to be the main collab of this season. And to me, the wording used was that there was going to be a lot of content featuring the K-pop Demon Hunters. And so it would be much more than skins. And that's got me wondering, Fortnite Festival is ending soon. I believe just a few days after OG Season 6 starts, which should be the start of Fortnitemares, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot that could potentially happen here. And I'm going to take you out before you move. Easy kill. Always fun. So if there's a lot of content for K-pop Demon Hunters specifically, what could it be? And so I'm thinking they're headlining Fortnite Festival, because that's going to end right after OG Season 6 starts, and that's the first big thing that comes to mind. Now, if some people are throwing out around the idea that Fortnitemares is going to be centered around the Spirit Realm in Chapter 6 taking over the current Battle Royale island, and so we could see an invasion of demons, even more than just the bugs that are on the island right now. So if that's true, if the spirit realm is going to be involved and we're going to see demons running around, then we could get some weapons collabs for the Huntrix girls and see new demons show up. So there's a lot of stuff that they could possibly do with this, and finding out that it's going to be a big collab, it was surprising actually. People have pointed out that it's actually really unprecedented at just how fast this movie has come out that we got a collab, especially because like the word on the street for the longest time is that Sony didn't really have much faith in this movie, and so there was no real expectation for it. But when it did so well, of course, then all of a sudden these different companies and collaboration projects started popping up. But for me, it makes total sense that Epic would probably already have, ideas planned, or a collab to push this movie was already in the works before it got big. So that would explain why it's come so fast. And I could very easily see Sony and Netflix going, meeting up with people at Epic and going like, okay, look, we don't know how this is going to do, but we see a lot of potential with a Fortnite collab, just because Fortnite collabs tend to, get people excited and make a lot of money. So there is a real chance, I think, that this was something that was always in the works. You're not going to hit me. Crap. Anyway, I think that this is a collab that has been in the works for a while. And, geez, what? I'm going to get killed here. Take that. Anyway, I think this is something that was going to happen for a while. Build all around me. This is a collab that was going to happen. God, I'm fixing to die. Got you. Okay. It really is wild to me to think about the fact that this season, and I think gameplay-wise, it's been fine. It's not really, stood out very much to me as far as just playing the game, because I feel like the bugs they're more of a nuisance than they are like an actual threat to me. I mean, they even went through the trouble of making killing the queen bugs even easier than they already were, which that blows my mind, because they weren't that hard to begin with, and to nerf them just made no sense to me. But that said, I can't get over the fact that we had this whole big Power Rangers collab. It's been a lot of fun. I would argue that, my favorite collab that they've done so far was definitely Dragon Ball. But I think that the Power Rangers collab with piloting the Megazord and all the skins and all of the emotes. Power Rangers got like 6 different emotes, or 7 different emotes if you count Lord Zed's, because there were 4 in the item shop. Megazord had one. Green Ranger had his own emote. God. And then Zed got his. So yeah, that's 7 emotes. That's 4 more emotes than we even saw Dragon Ball got, which only got 3, and 2 of them are almost exactly the same. So I feel like the Dragon Ball collabs have kind of not been the best over time. The first wave was great. The skins themselves all look pretty good, but they just, no emotes to me feels like a waste. It feels like a letdown. So I hope we'll see more Dragon Ball emotes in the future at some point. We probably won't, though. But Power Rangers was great. But to go from that to a Fortnitemares centered around K-pop Demon Hunters, as well as a big Scooby-Doo collab, which is supposed to, I think, is going to feature all of the Mystery Inc. gang. And I hope Scooby will be the first companion. That would be a really good introduction to that feature. You know, everybody thought it was going to be Crypto Superdog from the last season, but if it's Scooby, I think that's a very good change for a first, a first of this feature. But anyway, going from that, Power Rangers, Scooby, and K-pop Demon Hunters, and then after Fortnitemares is over, we're going to roll into The Simpsons. And how these themes are going to connect will probably not be the smoothest. I don't know. But, I mean, we've gotten some rough season cutoffs before that seemed like they just didn't have any real, you know, they didn't make any real sense narratively. It just happened. So we'll see what happens. But either way, I'm excited. Before this match wraps up, because we now are less than 10 players away from the end, what do you guys think about this Fortnitemares lead up? How do you think this red cube, Revin, how do you think his appearance is going to change the next season from the way it was originally depicted back in Chapter 1? Let me know what you guys are the most excited about as we try to wrap things up here. I think there's still some birthday cake over here on the ground because it is also Fortnite's 8th birthday. My first epic birthday was, or Fortnite birthday was, Chapter 2 was the third one. It even came with a birthday cake emote. That was fun. I think that's the only time we've gotten an emote for Fortnite's birthday. It feels like they've really they're really pushing the licensed songs, like TikTok dances, as emotes now, and most of them I just have no interest in. There's almost always a new. It's almost all. Jeez. Okay. There's almost always a new TikTok dance emote in the item shop, and that just, I don't care about those. So I would like to see more original emotes in the game if possible. But again, appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to tune in for the new Fortnitemares content when it goes live sometime this week, probably. I imagine this will be for the big update on, I think it's the 3rd, should be the 3rd, and then we'll see the beginning of Fortnite OG Season 6, Fortnitemares, a new season of Fortnite Festival. There's no telling what's about to come into this game, and I'm actually really excited about it all. That's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching again. I'm out of here.